Hey guys, Dan and Eric here again. I'm going to show pretty basic positional progression from side control. I actually learned this at Blue Belt and have consistently used it, and really find it to be very successful. So we'll start with Eric in side control. There are a lot of different ways to apply pressure in side control. I feel like each one has its own merits depending on what your goal is, where you want to go. So for this particular progression, I'm going to use just pretty classic, head control, shoulder pressure. I like to grab some gi back here. If you don't have a gi on, you can definitely grab a lat. It's really a great control. Probably good to get used to grabbing the lat. You're going to definitely get deeper, and then, as we were talking about earlier, save your fingers and elbows from deterioration over time. But I'm gonna get some pressure here. I have this other hand checking his hip, and pretty naturally Eric's gonna want to make a frame, okay, with his inside hand. This hand's here. This is gonna come into my hip, okay. To avoid this, or really to give myself a positional advantage, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break my hip down. So maybe come over here, Leon. I'm gonna break my hip down. So get a nice frame. I'm gonna break my hip down. Notice I'm not like flopped on my butt. I'm still up on my foot. Yeah, that's gonna create drive. So here, I'm gonna drive back with this hand, this foot, to really trap his arm here. Boom. I'm on my knees. I really don't like being on my knees a lot. I push forward. I like to really just make my opponent feel as much weight of mine as I can. And when I'm on my knees, I got a lot of weight on the ground, okay? When I'm not on my knees, I got a lot of weight on him, okay? So to progress, I'm gonna just break my hip down again, and I'm gonna bring my knee up, like I'm gonna go knee on belly, like I'm threatening to get here, okay? So I'm here, bring my knee up, he's gonna block. I'm just gonna take his hand as he naturally comes up to wanna stop this knee. I'm gonna take this hand, I'm gonna step over, boom. Okay, and then we got an arm trapped. Got 2-on-1, 2 hands versus 1. Always a great position to be in. If I like to work chokes, I can work chokes. If I like to work his arm, I can work his arm. If I like to cross his arm, I can cross his arm. I can pick his nose, I can pick his nose. If you get here, okay, here, okay, I like to switch a lot of times, look for underhook, and I can gather him up here. Just like give him a nice hug, climb my mount. Now, I'm gonna hold this little post, boom, step across, and I can triangle Eric as I like. This is not very fun for him. So, again, we got his head control. Are you doing all right? Yeah. Head control to get his gi or his lat. I really don't like to be on my knees when I do side control. I like to have him feel as much of my weight as possible. I'm driving into him. If he's got a frame, that's okay. I'm gonna break my hip down. Okay, but I'm not releasing all of the weight, okay? Once I go to the ground, you can feel how much weight is off of Eric, and I wanna make him feel my weight. So break my hip down, scoop back. Now I got his arm. I'm gonna break my hip down again. Knee, trap, okay? This is the bait. Just bringing my knee up, he's gonna naturally wanna block it. Trap, step over, boom. Trapped his arm, okay? From here, have all the options I wanna do. All the attacks, even though I wanna just control them. I like to hug, climb. I'm gonna lean a little bit this way. Throw my hand or my leg over. Definitely confusing hands and feet today. But pinch, go back, triangle. It'll get pretty tight, pretty fast. I'm sure if you've been in a mounted triangle before, it's not fun to be in, but it's a great thing to do. So I broke my hips down twice to get to this position. First, I broke my hips down to clear his frame and just scoop back, okay? Second, as I'm breaking my hip down again, I'm putting pressure on him, okay? If I just break my hip down again, he's gonna just reframe, okay? So I gotta make sure I'm really just putting pressure here.
This isn't going anywhere right here.
If he can reframe, then I just have to start over. I'm just gonna here, okay, collected his arm. I'm really just putting pressure here so I can get my knee over. Trap. Okay, does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I can feel from the bottom that is stopping me from bringing that back in is him keeping my face looking this way. If I'm looking this way, it's hard for me to switch my hips. Everything's facing this way. It's hard for me to switch my hips and bring this arm back into frame. So it keeps this elevated and stuck in there.
Yeah, shoulder pressure. I mean, you're not trying to tap anybody out with your shoulder pressure. Probably won't happen if you got a really big guy. Maybe a really big guy and you're gonna tap someone out with shoulder pressure. Not very nice, but I don't really.
Shoulder justice, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's really uncomfortable, but shouldn't really be. I'm not trying to bear down on his face and trying to tap him out from there. It's more of a
keeping him looking that way.
Keeping him looking that way, and allows me to scoop my hips out and maintain control at the same time. So, yeah, that's side control, positional progression, little knee on belly bait to the mount, and hopefully it works for you. I still use it all the time.